Great morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I hope you're getting on well. Thanks for checking out my video. We're back at it with our Arcraiders quest and progression guide. Today we're going to jump into Bluegate, my favorite map by far, and we're going to complete 3 quests. We're going to start with a Prime Specimen, which has us interacting with one of the deforester husks out in the Bluegate map. It's actually a little loot puzzle. I'll talk us through it while we work through it for the quest. We're also going to complete Keeping an Eye Out. This has us looking for a little hideout that old Bilguun, who's a raider mentioned from another quest, keeps by the collapsed highway. This can be a little bit tricky to find. People have trouble figuring out where this is. They get to the general area of the map, but they don't know exactly where the hideout is because it's actually hidden. Then the other quest we're going to complete is Clamoring For Attention. It has us repairing an emergency siren and then signaling it, turning on a boombox, and sounding a bus horn. To complete all these quests, we need to make sure that we bring in some specific items. We need 1 standard battery, seen here, 3 wires, and 2 arc power cells. While they can all be looted in the map in various places, it's better for time and just to make sure that we have what we need to just bring them in. All right, we've pushed over to the Adorned Wreckage. Between the Adorned Wreckage and the Barren Clearing, these are the locations where you can complete a Prime Specimen. You need to interact with the Arc Deforester loot puzzle. While these are all permanently here, they aren't all interactable. You can see this sparkling here on this inside panel. That means that the loot is going to be available. The first thing you're going to do is place your arc power cell inside of this to turn it on. It'll wind up and start doing all kinds of stuff like that. You'll run through the flames, and inside here you'll put your second power cell. After this part, you want to be quick, because the puzzle will time out. You can see above me that has rotated. Now we have a limited amount of time to get back in there. Climb up this side, climb up this side, run along this. Makes more sense to time it so you don't get set on fire. Then you open up the puzzle just like that, interact with it, and you get some goodies. There we go. Now we've looted the deforester. Our next step while we're down on this side of the map is going to be push over to the collapsed highway, or the highway collapse as it's labeled on the map, to complete Keeping an Eye Out. Here we are at the collapsed highway. Keeping an Eye Out has just updated. It says we need to find Bilguun's shelter. If you look around, it's a little bit tough to spot. But up here,
a zip line, the collapsed highway.
There's a zip line on top of the collapsed highway. We need to deploy that if you don't bring your own zip line. And we didn't. So we're going to run along the back of the highway, then come back out on top of it to deploy that zip line because we need it to get into the hideout. Here we are on top of the collapsed highway. We're running out to this zip line. We're going to deploy it. Of course, we're going to take a moment to admire how wonderful this map looks. Look at how good this looks. Incredible stuff. Ride the zip line down. Roll your ankle just like that. Climb back up. Now you're going to get on the zip line. And we want to get into that little hole right there by the stop sign under the collapsed highway. That's where Bilguun's hideout is. So we're going to hook on. And then we're going to jump off at just the right moment. I've put that ping there. Jumping off. Grabbing on. Barely making it. And here we are. Bilguun's hideout. Let's take a photo. And that's Keeping an Eye Out completed. For the next step, we're going to go from the highway collapse just north a bit to Checkpoint. And up here at Checkpoint, we need to find any one of these buses, like this one right here in front of me. You can already see the prompt inside of it. And we got to go inside it and practice honking the horn. Know that if you do this and there are arc near you, like the bombardier that regularly patrols the checkpoint, it will come after you. For For this step of clamoring for attention, we're going to use that battery that we brought in to fire up the boombox down here in the village. Here's our boombox. It's sitting on this bench down here. We've stuck our battery in, and it is playing a funky little groove for us. Here we are at the warehouse complex. It's a big yellow spot located right here on the map. It's a labeled location, easier to find. We're going to go up here, use those 3 wires to repair this antenna. And sound the alarm. And we're going to do it all. And we're going to do it all while this raider is fighting that, rocketeer. Well, there we go. That's clamoring for attention, keeping an eye out, and Prime Specimen, all completed.
Head home at the Overlook air shaft.
Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. I genuinely appreciate it. I have so much fun doing these. Easiest way to support the channel if you like what I'm doing is to just watch another video. It doesn't cost you a penny. If you do check these out, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. That helps a lot with the algorithm, and it helps to show YouTube that people are actually interested. If you love or hate what I do, please comment on the thing. Tell me how I can fix things, what I could do better, what I should or shouldn't be doing more or less of. I appreciate any kind of feedback. Thank you so much for gaming with me, and I'll game with you next time.